What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Monday, April 17th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 9-game MLB slate tonight. So let's take a look at the pitcher position. I like Kevin Gausman. He's got a massive pitching advantage here over the Houston Astros. Kevin Gausman pitching his best ball versus righty batters, 17% better than his other pitches, giving up a .452 OPS versus righties. And he's facing 7 righties here tonight. So super good splits, and the Astros have only hit 8 of his last 39 pitches. That's a .205 batting average. So Kevin Gausman, averaging 48 fantasy points per game on the season, has an ERA of 1.35, record is 1-1, pitching an average of 93 pitches per game. So I like Kevin Gausman here versus the Houston Astros. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. I like Ty France with a 67% batting advantage over Corbin Burns. Ty France, he bats 4% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .929 OPS versus righties. Corbin Burns throwing his absolute worst ball versus righty batters, 63% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.047 OPS versus righties. There's no at-bats versus Burns yet. Ty France has averaged 14 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. He has a batting average of .328. So I like Ty France here versus Corbin Burns. Oh, he's $3,300 FanDuel salary and $1,700 more on DraftKings. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Marcus Semien. He's got a 16% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Jordan Lyles. Marcus Semien batting 2% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .630 OPS versus righties, whereas Jordan Lyles pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .919 OPS versus righties. But I like this pick because Marcus Semien is 10 for 20. It's a .500 batting average and a 1.415 OPS versus Lyles. In those 10 hits, he had 5 singles, 4 doubles, and 1 home run. He's $3,200 FanDuel salary, $2,200 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games, and 3 of those games were monsters where he scored 19 to 32 fantasy points. He has a batting average of .250, so I like Marcus Semien here versus Jordan Lyles. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Austin Riley with a 52% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Ryan Weathers. Austin Riley batting 29% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.147 OPS versus lefties. Ryan Weathers pitching 23% worse to righties as he does lefties, Now, Austin Riley is 1-for-1 here versus Weathers. He's 3,500 FanDuel salary, 2,100 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, has a batting average of .322. So I like Austin Riley here versus Ryan Weathers. But you got some other good plays here at this position, like Patrick Wisdom going against the low salary pitcher Kyle Muller. Patrick Wisdom, only 3,200 FanDuel salary and only 700 more on DraftKings. So I like Patrick Wisdom on DraftKings. He's averaging 14 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, has a batting average of .255. So I'd play Austin Riley here on FanDuel, but I'd probably play Patrick Wisdom on DraftKings. So I like Patrick Wisdom here versus Kyle Muller.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. Here's a value play. I like Rodolfo Castro with a 76% batting advantage over Kyle Freeland. Rodolfo Castro batting 19% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.050 OPS versus lefties. Kyle Freeland pitching his worst ball versus switch hitters, giving up a 1.111 OPS versus switch hitters. That's 57% worse than his other pitches. Now, Rodolfo Castro is 0-for-1 here versus Freeland, but he's only 2,700 FanDuel salary and only 500 more on DraftKings. So I like that price on both sites. Averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, has a batting average of .333. Vegas thinks there's going to be 11.5 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So this could be a good game to stack, and this would be a good way to get some value out of that game. So I like Rodolfo Castro as a value play here versus Kyle Freeland. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. So as a stud pick here, I like Mookie Betts. Although he's only 3,700 FanDuel salary, he's 2,200 more on DraftKings. But if you're looking to save a little salary here, take a look at Brandon Marsh with a 45% batting advantage over Lance Lynn. Brandon Marsh batting a 1.142 OPS versus righties. Lance Lynn, he's pitching 47% worse to lefties as he does righties, giving up a 1.371 OPS versus lefties. So Brandon Marsh is 3,300 FanDuel salary, 500 more on DraftKings, averaging 14 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, and he's got a .378 batting average right now. So I like Brandon Marsh here versus Lance Lynn.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.